gentlemen, thank you for joining us. I'm Justin DeWitt from Primetime Sports, and today I have Devin Mitchell with me. Those of you who don't know Devin Mitchell, here's a quick background prep on him. Played at Collins Hill High School, made the 6A First Team All-State in 2014, named Region Player of the Year for 7A boys, averaged 16.7 points, 6.1 rebounds, 4.7 assists as a senior, led Gwinnett County in scoring as a junior with 20.2 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. And he holds the school record at Collins Hill for 41 points in a game. And ESPN ranked him as the 31st player in the region and the 6th player in the state. Devin Mitchell. Tell me, how does it feel to be a D1 athlete?
Man, I love it. You get, I feel like the best of both worlds. You get to do something you love, and at the same time, you get to get your education at the same time.
Nothing better than free school. Definitely. Would you say is it something that's like you still get used to something unbelievable, or did you always kind of know you would make it this far?
I mean, personally, it was something I always kind of wanted to do. My dad played, so just kind of following his footsteps, it was just kind of part of the process.
Nice. That always you want to be better than your pops coming up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, definitely get it. When was the first time that you knew you was gonna commit to Alabama State? When did you kind of first know?
The first time that I knew, I had a friend that played AAU with me. His name was Justin Coleman, and I had another friend that played in Alabama as well, Riley Norris, and we all were really close. And they're from Alabama, and they actually committed on the same day. So they were real cool. We all wanted to play together. We felt like we'd be a good class coming in together. So once they committed, it was kind of like a no-brainer to me.
All right. Tell me about that day. If you could describe that day in one word, your signing day, what would that word be?
It was like unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It was kind of like everything I ever wanted. I always wanted to play at a Power 5 conference school.
Right.
So Alabama being in the SEC, that was one of the goals that I felt like I accomplished when I got to Collins Hill in the 9th grade. So it was just it feels good when you do something that you said you was gonna do 3-4 years ago, and then you sitting in that chair and signing your letter of intent to go to the SEC.
Tell me a little bit about your experience at Alabama. How was it?
It was great. I was some ups and downs. I didn't play as much as I wanted to, but I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I used a lot of that stuff that I learned there here today. So it was cool.
Tell me a few things you might have learned. Tell me something that the most valuable thing you learned from being in Alabama.
Just the preparation. Every game, the scouting reports, the practices, the everything, player, personnel, just what they're running. That was my biggest thing. In high school, we didn't really do a lot of that. It was kind of just going out there and best team win. But in the SEC, man, you playing against dudes that just as good as you every night. So you got to know what they're gonna do.
Right. I know you said you didn't quite play as much as you quite wanted to while you were down there in Alabama. Your career high was 3 points. Coming from being, this great scorer in Gwinnett County, leading Gwinnett in scoring as a junior and scoring 16+ points a game as a senior, scoring 41 points in a game. How did that make you feel going to Alabama and only having 3 points as your career high?
I mean, it was tough. Just being a scorer, and that's kind of a natural thing that I've always done. I had to just kind of learn how to do other things out there. So, whether it was defensively, trying to guard the best player, or offense, just trying to make the right reads, things like that. It just helped me grow as a player, I feel like.
Yeah. Do you think you should have been playing a little more, or like personally, do you feel like you could have been competing a little more?
Yeah, I feel like I could have probably gave a little bit more to the team, but I ain't gonna say too much about that.
Yeah, no, I definitely get it. So, what made you return home? What made you come back to Georgia? You spent a year down in Alabama, and then you shortly returned home. What made you come home?
I think the biggest thing with me was my coach leaving. He was fired after the SEC tournament. We made a little run in the NIT, and after he left, he was the guy that recruited me. So I just felt like I just wanted a new start, and as soon as I leave, in Georgia State was the first people to call my phone. So.
Okay. So did you where was Georgia State the only option when we first thought about coming back home? Did you think of any other schools like Georgia Tech, UGA, or any other D1 schools that's in Georgia?
I wanted to go to UGA. I thought about that, but SEC wouldn't allow me to transfer within the conference. Georgia Tech wasn't really an option. it was either going to be here, Arizona State, or Hofstra University up in New York.
Okay, and what kind of put Georgia State above the rest of them? Was it that it's closer to home, or you like the program a little better than the others?
Definitely the program was the biggest thing that sold me, and then just it being home was just another plus to it. And then on top of that, after everything they had just did in the NCAA tournament and March Madness that year, Georgia State was just kind of the hot thing. So I just kind of want to add to the fire.
Definitely get it. So what would you say is the biggest difference from Alabama and Georgia State? Coming from the SEC system to Georgia State, what's the difference? What's the biggest difference?
I think the biggest difference is just the campuses. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, ain't too much out there, but University of Alabama. Here, we right in the heart of Atlanta, so it's just a whole lot more stuff to do as far as your, education-wise. Internships, things like that. A lot of that stuff is a lot more available than it would be in Tuscaloosa. So that's one of the main things I would have to say.
So you got some good and bad things that's different from Alabama.
Yeah.
Do you think being in the heart of the city, the busy city, is a lot of distraction in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Do you think that would get to you? Do you think you would be distracted from basketball being in such a busy city?
No, I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, so I think everybody can speak for that. We at first, you come in, we're basketball players, so this is kind of what we're expected to do. So you just got to kind of be responsible with it and just do what you got to do.
When first coming back, did you know that you would be redshirted your first year, or was it something that kind of popped up on you?
Yeah, I definitely knew I was on a red shirt. I felt like I wanted to redshirt. I wanted to get familiar with Coach Hunter's system. I wanted to be familiar with my teammates. I didn't want to just get thrown into the fire. I felt like that's kind of what happened at Alabama. So I just wanted to be prepared all the way. So I was prepared to redshirt.
So how do you feel yourself coming along now? Are you getting more comfortable? Are you well prepared for this season coming up?
Yeah, I feel like I'm ready. We still working out some things, but as far as preparation wise, it's just a day by day process. So I'm getting there.
So how excited are you about this new season coming out? I mean, you haven't played in a full season.
Yeah, I haven't played
since. How excited are you to hit the floor?
Yeah, I haven't been on the floor since the SEC tournament, so 2015. So I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Would you say that sitting out that red shirt in that season, does it make you appreciate the game more, or does it just kind of make you want to get out there more? Or?
It does a little bit of both. I feel like you kind of got to take a step back, which is hard to do just as a competitor. You always don't. You always want to go 10 toes in it, something.
Right.
Attack it all the way. But I just feel like it was helpful. Right. It was helpful.
So further along, what is your biggest goal for this season coming up, personally and team goals? What are your goals for this season?
Personally, I just want to bask in my role, whatever it might be. Whatever coach needs me to do, whether it's starting at the 2 spot or being the 6 man, whatever I got to do. Personally, that's my goal, just to bask in my role, be the best I can be in that. Team-wise, we want to win the Sun Belt. We think we really got a shot at making the tournament again.
Yeah, I think you guys got a shot too.
So we that's our main focus. We want to make that tournament. So.
So how do you? I know you say you want to be the best you can be in your role. How do you think you fit with this squad? What things do you bring to the table, and how do you think you fit with the squad?
Well, last year, this is good because I sat out, so I know this. We only hit 107 3-pointers last year.
Oh, wow.
So I feel like I can bring a different element from the perimeter. As far as scoring, shooting the 3-ball, I think I can bring that. I think that's the biggest thing I can really bring. Just kind of my experience playing on that SEC level. Just kind of bringing that to this team. I think that'll be good.
Your experience that you do have from being at the SEC level, is that something that you kind of share with some of the younger guys, or even the peers? Some of the guys are around the same age. Have you shared some of that wisdom, some of that knowledge to help bring them along? Yeah,
definitely. A lot of these guys here, we all. It's kind of crazy because everybody could have went there.
Right.
Everybody could have been at a Power 5 school, but we all ended up here. So, I got some things. We all got each other's stories, but these guys, they not mid-major players. Like
right.
we can play with the best of them. So.
Definitely. So, what would you say? What are your chances of starting? What kind of chance you think you got to start?
I think that's up in the air. We haven't started practice yet, so everybody's competing for a spot. So whether I'm starting or whether I'm not, I'm just want to be the best player I can be in my role.
Definitely understand. Being that you did sit that full season out, you haven't played since 2015. Do you think your game has taken a step back at all, or do you think you can still perform at that superstar level that you were at Collins Hill?
Yeah, I definitely do. If that's what my role is going to be, that's what I'll be, and I'll gladly take that. But I think our team's a little bit different. I think we're a lot more balanced than I was at Collins Hill. So it's a little different. But I think, yeah, if we got to get there, we can make that happen.
A lot of confidence in yourself. I mean, that's good to have. That's good to have. So, how hard was it adjusting to Georgia State's system? Is the system totally different from Alabama's, or is it somewhat of the same? Or how hard was the adjustment?
I think the biggest thing is just the terminology. Just coaches everywhere use different types of definitions for certain things. So once you get the terminology of things and just letting the game kind of slow down a little bit, it comes a lot easier. Another difference is they play zone here. We play zone.
Right.
Alabama, we were strictly man-to-man, full court.
So you guys didn't play no zone at
No
Alabama.
zone. We played straight man-to-man, pressing you full court. That's what we did. So that was the biggest difference, I think.
How often do you guys play man versus zone? Is it balanced, or is it more of zone towards man?
We mix it up, but we're more of a zone defensive team. So, my biggest thing is the mentality. I'm always full press, in defense. That's just how I was trained at Bama. So I just kind of brought that, kept it with me. So trying to apply it to this as best I can.
All right, definitely understand. Well, do you feel any pressure from your friends, your fans, or your peers to succeed? Everybody's probably gonna have their eyes on you this season. I haven't seen you play in a while. Heard great things, expecting big things. Do you feel any pressure from your peers or your fans?
No, I honestly think with the guys I play with, they kind of take a lot of that off of me. Yeah. I got good teammates. We all real close, so it's not about me. It's about this program and what we're trying to do as a whole. So I don't really feel too much pressure.
Definitely good. Well, hey, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to do this interview with me, man. And I'm looking forward to the season. I'm rooting for you guys. Hoping you guys get back to that Sunday.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Thank you again, guys, for joining us. I'm Justin DeWitt with Primetime Sports. Stay tuned.